Some of you may remember I did indeed catch my convection oven on fire when making a tumbler for my son. So PYD Life saw my plight and sent me a convection oven that is easier to use and some blanks to redeem myself. So let's try it out and let's try again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared that I'm gonna catch it on fire again, but I am prepared with a fire extinguisher this time. Here's our design. I did break it into 2 blocks because Cricut won't let you print uncut anything bigger than 9.25, and I needed 10.5. So I made this little blue strip to go around the back. And then I just added some checkerboard right here so it kind of matches, and we should be good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna hit make it. Okay, here are our 2 things we're gonna be printing. So I'm gonna go ahead and mirror both. And then I'm gonna hit continue. Then I'm gonna click send to printer. I'm gonna print it on my Epson. I don't like to add bleed, I usually toggle that off. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I want 2 copies. I'm just doing that because I haven't printed in a hot second and it may need to like clean out a little bit. While that's printing, I'm gonna make sure I know what I'm doing this time by reading the directions. This one has like a control panel that actually has like a screen. So I think it's gonna be better. I think it's gonna be a lot easier for me to not make a mistake, for it to heat evenly, and for me to know what temperature it's at, which makes me feel better. And it also comes with this like guide that tells you exactly what heat settings for different things. So like I'm using their water bottle. It says to heat it for 7 minutes at 355 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the oven. Okay, they are printed. So now I'm just going to manually cut it out instead of doing it with my Cricut because it's just a rectangle. Now, let's get our heat tape and tape it on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple strips of heat tape and just attach them to the edge of my table here so I have them. Much better. Okay, now we're gonna attach it. I feel like this is the part where most people go wrong because it is hard to get all those seams taped down. But we are gonna make sure we are good and taped as much as we can. And then we're gonna shrink wrap it. All right, she's taped really good. Now let's shrink wrap it. Okay, I'm switching to voiceover for this part because I was actually hanging out with my mom while I shrink wrapped it, and she just got a new job. So yay, Mom. We were talking about her new job here. But you can see I'm getting out my heat gun. I slipped the shrink wrap sleeve around my tumbler, and then I just kind of start gently allowing the heat gun to do its job and shrink wrap. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up because this was kind of a long process. I did put on a glove at some point because, you know, it's hot. And I just kind of kept going around the whole tumbler until eventually the whole thing was tight and snug. Okay, so then it was time to set the oven, and honestly, I love this control panel. It was so easy to use. It has a satisfying little beep. Hang on, I'll let you hear it. So it's really easy to set the time, it's really easy to set the temp, and then it was time to load up my tumbler, which was giving me a little PTSD. Hang on, I'll let you hear me comment about it. Scary. But despite the scariness, it was time to let her cook. And then after 7 minutes, it was time to get her out. Scary. As you can see, it was still a little bit scary for me, but all the same, nothing caught on fire this time. And then it was time to unwrap our shrink wrap, which took a little bit of time and a little bit of patience, but it wasn't too hard. And then we got to see our final results. Honestly, all the thanks to PYD Life for helping me overcome my fear and make this adorable tumbler that was, of course, Henry approved. You like it?
Yeah, my tea got it.